If you've spent any time near Lake Winnipeg, Gimli, Manitoba, for example, you may have noticed a blanket of something that flutters all over cars, roads, and buildings. While they don't have the best smell, there are benefits to these Manitoba insects. Joining me now is Associate Professor of Entomology, Jason Gibbs. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning.
So it's always this time of year that they come out. Why this window specifically?
Well, these are called mayflies or fish flies locally, and they are a very abundant group of insects that live in aquatic environments, streams, rivers, and lakes. And they have these sort of mass emergences in some cases. It depends on the species, what time of year they come out, but they're very short-lived. They don't even have functional mouth parts as adults. They come out only to make more mayflies, and then they kind of disappear.
And just the sheer volume of them we can see in some photographs here. Why so many?
Well, I mean, some species you don't see as often, but species, especially that are associated with lakes, they just have huge numbers that are living underground in the water, and then they all come out at the same time in order to mate, and they do that over a very short time scale. So in other groups of insects, they might be a little bit more spread out over space and time, but for these mayflies, it's all at once.
And what are we seeing this year? Is there a flow of it year to year? Are we noticing any trends?
Well, it's pretty typical for any sort of insect population to have fluctuations over time. So we have these sort of boom and bust years. And so that's a pretty common phenomenon.
And over time, have we noticed any trends? What have your findings been?
Well, I think, we like to use mayflies and some other aquatic insects to monitor the quality of stream health. And so a healthy community is a sign that the water quality is sufficient. These are important parts to the ecosystem. And so it's good that we see lots of mayflies.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned the new mouths, but they can't sting or harm anyone.
No, they're perfectly harmless, and they're edible. So if you want, you can have a snack if you see a bunch of mayflies.
That was my next question, actually. Okay. I've seen some posts, and I'm sure you hear this as well. How often is that people are eating them? Is this a common occurrence?
I mean, in some communities in the world, it's more common than others, but I think it's kind of a bit of a niche dish. But people, they can be a little bit nutty, they can be a little earthy flavor. Some people say they taste like buttery popcorn. Probably depends on the mayfly and the person. But if you want to try them, the recommended strategy is to just hold them by the wings and just bite off the body.
So live?
You can think of it. You can eat them alive. Yeah, you can eat them alive, or you can prepare them, put them in a stir fry or something. But they're very high in protein. They're taste good enough. And if you think that's a little bit strange, just think of them as being a very small shrimp.
Okay. I've heard that they are attracted to light. Could this be why that they would flock to a center like a Gimli or somewhere with a storefront, for example, with the light?
Oh yeah, that certainly could be. Lots of insects are attracted to light. That's a common way that entomologists collect insects, is they put out lights at nighttime and insects flock to them. So that's very possible.
And currently, like you mentioned, the health of the lake, is there anything else that you want people to know before we're out of time?
Well, I mean, occasionally things like this might seem like a bit of a nuisance, but I mean, I think we can appreciate biodiversity and enjoy these sort of insects that aren't really doing us any harm. They're just going to come and go. And if you're a brave soul, you can, next time you see some, just take a bite.